Is it true you're not allowed to smile? Or is that just for show? The reporter's mocking tone echoed through the crowd gathered near Buckingham Palace. Her bright red coat stood out against the stone facade, her camera crew catching every second as she leaned closer to the motionless figure in full ceremonial uniform. The royal guard didn't flinch. His bearskin hat cast a long shadow over his eyes, his rifle resting in rigid posture against his shoulder. The crowd murmured, uncertain whether to laugh or wait. Sensing the moment needed drama, she turned back to the camera with a mischievous grin. "Maybe we can crack the Queen's code today, huh?" And just like that, she reached out, her hand inching dangerously close to his chest. A gasp surged through the onlookers. "Stand back from the Queen's Guard!" The command rang out like a cannon blast, sharp and authoritative. The suddenness made her jump back, eyes wide with disbelief. Laughter erupted, not from amusement, but from shock, respect, and a dose of well-deserved humility. The guard returned to silence, eyes forward, unmoved by the drama. She blinked, her smile faltering as she tried to recover. "Oh, so he does speak." "Didn't see that coming," she mumbled, half laughing, half embarrassed. She turned stiffly to the camera. "Well, back to you in the studio." That night, the internet ignited. The clip spread like wildfire. Reporter tries to embarrass royal guard, gets schooled on live TV, read one viral headline. TikToks, Instagram reels, reaction videos. Everywhere people praised the guard's unwavering dedication and composure. Memes showed the reporter photoshopped in a dunce cap, and the guard crowned unbothered king. But the story was far from just a meme. Viewers around the world were reminded of the profound discipline these soldiers uphold. While many saw only pomp and circumstance, others now understood the weight of their silence, the pride behind their posture. Behind the scenes, that guard, Private First Class Jonathan Hales, went home to his small London flat, where medals hung beside a faded photo of his father in uniform. His father had also served in the Queen's Guard, once telling him, "Your silence isn't weakness. It's tradition. It's strength." Jonathan had grown up in a modest household, raised on values of duty, honor, and respect. He remembered watching the changing of the guard with wide eyes, dreaming of the day he'd stand in that same red coat, bearing the same weight of history. When he finally earned that position, he vowed never to let anything, especially mockery, shake his commitment. The reporter, Emma Clark, was no stranger to live stunts. Her job was to stir reactions, poke at serious things with a stick wrapped in humor. But this time, her approach backfired. The backlash was swift. Thousands flooded her social media with criticism, some harsh, others simply disappointed. Veterans spoke out, historians weighed in, even fellow journalists expressed discomfort. Emma issued a video apology 3 days later. Her tone was somber, eyes red-rimmed. "I didn't mean to disrespect anyone. I thought it was just a bit of fun. But I realize now that my ignorance turned into insult. I sincerely apologize." That video also went viral, not because of her words, but the comments below. One from a Royal Navy veteran read, "Respect isn't optional. These men stand for centuries of sacrifice. Laugh at that, and you laugh at all of us." Another comment simply said, "He stood still while she tried to make him a joke." That's power. In a rare move, the Ministry of Defense released a statement reaffirming the importance of the Queen's Guard and thanking the public for their support of Private First Class Hales. These soldiers carry out ceremonial duties, yes, but they are fully operational soldiers, trained and disciplined. Their silence is not vulnerability, it is valor weeks past. The story didn't fade. Schools used it as a teaching moment about respect and tradition. Commentators revisited it as an example of modern media missteps. And one day, while filming a new segment outside Tower Bridge, Emma found herself approached by a group of tourists. An older woman, with tears in her eyes, held up her phone with the viral video. "That young man, he reminded me of my brother. He died in uniform. Thank you for showing the world what real discipline looks like, even if it came at your expense." That day changed Emma. Her next pieces were different, more thoughtful, grounded. She even returned to Buckingham Palace, this time as a quiet observer. And standing at his post, as statuesque and proud as ever, was Private First Class Jonathan Hales. They didn't speak. They didn't need to. Some stories don't need embellishment. Just a single line spoken with purpose, a lifetime of tradition, and a moment of silence strong enough to humble a world watching. So sometimes the loudest lesson comes from the quietest man. Millions stood in digital ovation for the unshaken honor of a soldier who let discipline speak for itself. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.